Hey, do you guys know Jonathan?
Of course I know Jonathan. Jonathan was a young man who had gone to excellent schools and received the highest honor. He had graduated and was looking for a job. He was granted a slot for the final interview with the chairman of the company.
Also, Jonathan's academic career had been exceptional. He was valedictorian in high school and graduated with honors from his bachelor's and master's programs. Before graduation, he had several internships with prestigious companies. Jonathan was proud of his hard work and told the chairman all about his success.
However, after the usual interview questions, the CEO started asking Jonathan some odd questions.
So, have you received any student loans from your college? The young man replied confidently, saying,
No, I didn't need to apply.
The chairman inquired, "That is amazing that you were able to be so independent. Do you work through college?"
Well, my mother wanted me to focus on my studies. She covered the cost. I didn't have any jobs, and that is part of why I did so well in my academic performance.
The chairman nodded and continued to ask strange questions.
Well, you mentioned that your father passed away when you were a toddler.
Yes?
I take it your mother brought you up. So tell me, what's your mother's occupation?
Jonathan hesitated for a moment. My mother does professional cleaning for large offices and houses, but I don't know much about the detail. He hoped the CEO wouldn't hold his mother's occupation against him.
Jonathan knew that he was a brilliant and outstanding young man, and he was everything this company wanted. But the CEO seemed dissatisfied. The CEO barked out an order for him.
Jonathan, go home and ask your mother about everything she has done to support you. We'll talk again tomorrow, and I'll make my decision.
Jonathan was surprised by the turn in the conversation and the strange excitement. He got up and left the building in a daze. He made his way home, and his mother was in the kitchen preparing a late supper. "Well, Mom, can I ask you a question? What have you done to support me over the years?" Jonathan's mother was surprised and said,
You were always brilliant and interested in everything, so I tried to give you every opportunity. From the time you were little, I put you in the cram school for math and advanced English conversation classes. You took violin and calligraphy. So, in order to collect enough money for those extra expenses, I run a breakfast shop from 5 in the morning until 12 p.m. And then I run a cleaning business in the afternoon and evening until 10. See, this is the wound caused by hot oil, and it's exhausting to get up so early to prepare those food materials and sculpt those office walls. Every night, my back hurts. But I think it's all be worth it to see you accomplish it.
The mother continued to say, "Do you remember when you were in the primary school? You had a huge fight with one of your classmates. You were knocked into a table and were unconscious. Your homeroom teacher called me to come. That was one of the worst days of my life. You were bleeding from your head, and I was terrified that I was going to lose you. I took you to the hospital, and you didn't wake up for 3 days. Oh, thank God. You recovered quickly, and I still have it here."
She pointed to the wall where several pictures were hanging. "Do you see those pictures? I love the one of you from your school trip to America. You have the biggest smile. And I love hearing about your adventures when you got back. They made everything worth it, even though it was expensive.
Jonathan was shocked. Hearing his mother's story was having a strange effect on him. He had an uncomfortable feeling in the pit of his stomach. He had almost forgotten all those things.
The next day, Jonathan made the chairman say, I suddenly feel graceful. I took everything my mother did for granted, and I didn't realize how much she was giving up for me, so that I could achieve much. I don't even show my appreciation of enough.
The chairman stood up, got a folder, and then handed it to Jonathan. Jonathan opened the folder and saw a job contract. The chairman smiled and said, I wanted to hire someone who knows what's most important. Someone who has something they care about more than money. Who knows how important it is to say thank you. Who is able to see when others are working hard. And who is able to show gratitude. You passed the test.
Later, Jonathan became an innovative leader in the company and gained a great reputation because he realized how to show appreciation and consideration for the other colleagues.
A famous movie star, Jim Carrey, once said, gratitude unlocks the fullness of life. It turns what we have into enough and more. It turns denial into acceptance, chaos to order, confusion to clarity.
It can turn a meal into a feast, a house into a home, a stranger into a friend. Gratitude makes sense of our past, bring peace for today, and creates a vision for tomorrow.
I think this story tells us to never take anything for granted. Look around you. There is your sweet family behind that make you stand here today. And it is important to have humility and self-awareness. If we pay attention to the small thing, we have much to be thankful for.
Thanks.